Welcome back to True Stories Based on Fiction, the YouTube channel. Not to be confused with the podcast, like I almost said inadvertently by mistake. But I'm Evan, the third host. I'm joined by
Randy.
Boom. So, back by popular demand, we're going to do some more Am I the Assholes?
Am I the asshole?
Yep. Starting with this one. Let's go.
Am I the asshole for telling my brother I wouldn't go to his wedding if he only invited some of my kids?
Interesting titles.
I, 40 male, have 6 kids. 15 female, 14 male, 13 male, 12 female, 8 male, and 3 female.
Oh, what? That math ain't mathing, but those are the ages of the kids.
Yeah. Well, those are the ages of the kids.
Okay.
So he's got 6. And then he also has a wife, 40 female. My brother, 30 male, lives close, and my kids see him a lot and love him. He's getting married to his fiancée, 30 female, in 3 months. This wasn't an issue until recently. This year in school, our 13-year-old son's friend group became friends with a feminine gay boy. The boys bonded over their love of sports, while my son and his friends play hockey. The boy ice skates. There's an ice sports place in our area that our son plays hockey at and often sees his skating friend there. This year, the boy was being bullied for his sexuality and wearing makeup. My son and his friends were upset about this and defended him. My son and his friends always complimented him on his makeup and nails. Once he did the school colors as a look, the boys had an upcoming tournament, and he wanted to support them. The boys thought it was cool and asked if they could do a look for them. He did, and they loved it. As a result of that, my son and his friends, have been experimenting.
Baby killer, spitting.
Yep. How did that look? When we went to buy clothes shopping, my son found a vintage suit online. He also said he wanted to wear makeup. His friend did a look for him and he loved it. And I texted my brother a pic of my son to see what he thought of him. And his fiancée wanted to see the outfits of the guests before the wedding. Kind of weird. When I sent him the pic of my son, he told me that he didn't want kids wearing makeup at his wedding. But this didn't make any sense because my 12-year-old daughter was wearing makeup and he had already seen her look. I called him out on it, and then he admitted he didn't want my son wearing makeup because he was a boy in our family. As well as the family of the bride are evangelical and traditional. He said he didn't want anyone looking gay because that could start something. He said he didn't mind my son wore makeup, but didn't want it at the wedding. I called him to try to sort things out, but it only got worse because he then started to talk about how my son is a bit edgy and said stuff that offended our religious family, and said my son wasn't invited because he was too afraid that my son would do something to upset our family. After the call, I spoke to my wife and we agreed that if our son couldn't go, none of us would. We were upset at my brother and felt he was rude, especially for saying our son looked gay. Our son has only liked girls. We would be okay if he was gay though. I called him after and he told me to speak to my son and tell him to drop the makeup and not make any edgy remarks. When I told my son, he got upset and asked if his uncle cared about him. I didn't want to make my son upset more, so I called my brother and told him that we were either all coming, including my son in makeup, or none of us at all. He said I was being a jerk. Am I the asshole?
This is obviously a long and complex one. And okay, so the question is this person an asshole for saying that if they all can't come, that none are coming, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I would say no.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I don't think anybody is an asshole in this scenario based on their opinion, because ultimately it's this person's wedding. He can invite who he wants to invite.
True.
And the person who wrote it can say, I'm not going to come unless everybody in my family can come. So I don't think that either one of them having their stance. Oh, I think that both are entitled to their stance. Yeah. I'm not going to get into who's right or wrong with their lifestyle first, because that's not anything I think that I'm qualified to say. But in terms of their stances, if it's your wedding, you can invite one half of a couple if you want, and not the other, because that's the person whose energy you want at your wedding. And then somebody can say, well, my spouse can't come, I'm not going to come. That's their prerogative too. So I don't think either person in this one is the asshole. How about you? What do you think?
I already changed the food away from it, so I'm not sure. Because normally there's like a yes or no, who's the asshole, who isn't. No, I don't think either of them are. The dad is definitely right for standing up for his son.
Yep.
So I don't think he's the asshole. The brother definitely has his beliefs and his opinion on things. It's just makeup though, so I don't know, but whatever. I guess he also doesn't like the son's edgy remarks.
Which is,
Okay.
and then I mean,
But if you're not gonna invite my kid, I'm not going.
right. And then I feel like if it's your wedding, you want certain energy in your wedding, you're entitled to try to have that. Because I definitely believe in situational feng shui. I'm not sure everybody invented that. Like, I'm back from work together, so everybody's invited to a party. Everybody can't be invited to a party. Because I don't want everybody there, and I don't want the energy that certain people will bring to it. So I feel like you're entitled, if you're having something to say, I'm skipping over you, everybody, so that's fine.
Correct.
So,
Not everybody's gonna get along.
no. But, I think that's it for that one.